Welcome to my happy place where colors swirl and hearts embrace. Happy Place Creations, my happy place.
Hi everyone, welcome to Happy Place Creations. Today we're going to be doing these tree molds, and they look like when you slice a tree. And I'm going to be doing these in different color mica powders and try to get that tree effect. So let's have some fun today. I'm going to be using different colors like gold, browns, greens, whites, some glitter. Gonna just spice things up today with these molds. So let's begin. I'm going to use a little bit of gold. And I decided I'm going to use a bigger brush today. And I'm just going to go a little bit everywhere. Because I'm not sure where this is going to end up. I was going to do the mica powder toss, but I'm not sure that would work on this type of mold because this is a rubber mold. It's not your typical silicone that you use on rubber. Now I'm using my eyebrow switching sponge to clean off my brush so I can go from mica powder to mica powder. That just cleans off my brush. See, there's no powder left. Oh, I'm sorry, I got you on the wrong camera. There's no powder left, so I can go right from powder to powder. So there's our gold. I got a little bit too much on that one, so I'm gonna, well, it's gonna be there, it's gonna be there. This is how resin works. I'm not going to be too picky because these colors are going to blend together once I get the resin in. Plus, I'm going to take a bigger brush and I'm going to blend these together. I have made these a couple of times and they have come out amazing. That's why I have chose these colors again. So I'm not going to be too fussy of where I do my placement of the colors. Let's get a little bit more brown in this one. And again, back to the switching sponge. And you use your sponge, you just tap it and it goes down through. This is like a coral sponge, I believe, on the inside, which just takes the powder right off the brush. And it gathers down in the bottom. And when I get a little bit amount of brush of powder in there, I take the powder out and I put it in a project. So I don't waste anything. And again, to show you, I can get my paper towel to cooperate. See, there's no powder on there. So now I'm free to go to the next color. And now this won't fit in there. So I am going to do this. I'm going to put my cap on. Make sure your cap's on when you try to do this. That way most of your powder is at the top of your container when you go to tap it in the cap. And then you have it for your brush. And then I just do this. Sorry, I'm used to you being above me, not below me. I think I'm going to switch you to the other camera. Hold right on.
Making magic every day.
There we go. You don't want to do this over your project in case you drop your bottle. This way you can just dump your powder right back in your bottle. Let's get some green in this one. Get my towel out of the way. Get some green in here. I'm actually going to just do this. get the rest of that green out of the cover. And I've chosen a green pear dry. I'm not sure what that means, but I've chosen that. And because I'm going to go in the bag, I think I'm actually going to use a different brush. I'm actually going to use a smaller brush so I don't hit the sides of everything. And I don't want to be putting other colors in there, so I'm going to use my sponge. My cat's taking over my computer chair. Whoa! Let's do this. I'm not sure how these colors are going to blend. Like I said, this is like a rubber mold. It's not like the other kind of, like the molds that I make. And the last color I'm going to add is white. And then I'm going to take a bigger brush and I'm just going to blend it. It's kind of like that mica powder effect that I've been doing in my other videos, where you just throw the powder on here and there. I want to get a little bit more green on this one. There we go. Now I'm going to clear this off. Make sure I wipe off the sides where I had stuck it in the bag. There is no rhyme or reason of how I'm doing any of this, because this is a tree trunk. And there is no science or math or anything to a tree trunk. It's nature. So the color will change as far as the white. It will blend in with the other colors. That's why I put the gold on first. I have used dark colors. I have used lighter colors. It really depends on what type of tree you want to match. Let me put a little bit more white over here. If you want to match an opal or a, now see, I can't even think of my types of trees. And I grew up cutting wood all my life with my dad. He was a woodcutter. So let me just get these covers on these bottles so I don't accidentally knock over anything or get any powder in any bottle that shouldn't be. As you all do know, crafting can be messy and accidents do happen. And now I'm going to take my blending brush that I use, which is just a big makeup brush. I'm going to make sure this is clean. Now this is an eyebrow switching sponge. You can get this at the Dollar Tree for $1.25, and it is handy. Now we're just going to blend. Just want to make sure you get powder on your edges. This is just what you want to do. And that's all I'm going to do. So now we don't know what's going to end up where and how the effects are going to be until we pour these. And I'm just going to go right from one to the other, working my way on the inside out. Because what I'm doing is I'm basically moving my powder from the inside out. Just making sure that your mold is covered all the way around. And then I will pick it up to take out any excess that I have. I absolutely love these coasters. They are beautiful. I have gotten them years ago when I first started doing resin. I think it was the first set I ever bought. And there we have it. And as you notice, my desk area here is getting kind of covered. But that wipes right up with a baby wipe or a paper towel with alcohol or a little bit of water on a paper towel. Now I will be filling these. You can either use black, you can use white, or you can use clear. It is totally up to you, or you could use a brown or whatever you want to use. As you can tell, there's not much powder coming off my brush. But there is a lot coming off the coaster. We don't want that excess mica powder in our resin. Bang that off again. But meanwhile, I will clean up my station here. And then I will be back with some resin. And we will fill up these coasters. Now, if I can find my scoop, I usually try to save as much as I can of this mica powder. Like here, there's a lot of it. And today, I don't think I'm going to be able to save any because I didn't put a wax paper down, which I normally do, but I didn't today. If you use wax paper, when you do this, you can save your mica powder. And today I forgot. So I'm going to just wipe this up. Cleans up fairly easy. So as soon as I'm done cleaning this up, I will be back with some resin.
Bubble, bubble floating high, rising up before my eyes. Round and round they start to climb, leaving imperfections behind. Bubble, bubble, goodbye. Watch them rise up to the sky. In the vacuum chamber they all fly away, making crystal clear resin today. Tiny bubbles everywhere, caught inside without a care. Now they're lifting one by one, the polishing has just begun. Bubble, bubble, goodbye. Watch them rise up to the sky. In the vacuum chamber they all fly away, making crystal clear resin today. by. In the vacuum chamber we can see a beautiful pour waiting for me. Clear and bright, shining light. One more project done just right.
And I have our resin all mixed up, and I chose with the black. And I am going to add just a little bit of crushed crystal. And crushed crystal you can add to black, because it will sink just to the bottom, and I want to give that just an extra little sparkle. I'm hoping it will go to towards the mica powder. So I'm going to put in just a little bit of that. I'm not quite sure if it will have an effect or not, but I want to try it. And I like to take a little bit of the resin and put it over the top before I start stirring it in. And I just got this out of the vacuum chamber. So I'm going to make sure I stir my sides and my bottom just a little bit while I'm stirring in that crushed crystal. Alrighty. Now, if you've never used crushed crystal before, the more you stir it, the more it will break up, because it's a very fine powder or a very fine crystal. And look at that. Very, just that little bit caused all that. Alrighty, are we ready? Now, because I have already put mica powder on our coasters, I'm not going to spray it with alcohol. So I'm going to pray for the best. Because sometimes the alcohol can dislodge your mica powder, and I don't want to have that effect. I don't want to ruin our coasters. Now, I did mix up 6 ounces because I have made these before, and I'm going by memory, and I'm hoping I remembered correctly. But if not, if I didn't remember right, I will mix up some more and get those filled. So here we go. And I am going to pour in the center and let it slowly go and fill, because there is a lot of ridges in here. So I'm slowly going to let it fill and go by itself. But memory serves me. Let me just grab a paper towel. I do need to pick these up and move that resin around. Just a little bit. Just to help them areas. And then I can finish filling it up. And I did make sure my board was level. And right now I see some mica powder coming up. So I'm going to just move that around a little bit to kind of dislodge that without touching the bottom. Because that alone can cause bubbles. Yeah, see, I got big bumps coming up with the mica powder. And that will leave bubbles on the back of my project, and I don't want that. So I want to get that out of there. Oh, it's coming right up big time. I did not get enough of it out when I banged it. It's going to try to scoop it out, but it doesn't seem to want to come out. So I guess I'm going to go back to the idea of trying to mix it in without trying to hit the bottom. Kind of help it to dissolve. But I will keep an eye on that. Now you do want to make sure that you kind of dome it. And I can clearly see I did not mix up enough. So I will have to mix up some more, but I'll do that off camera. Because as this resin starts to cure, it's going to shrink. Which will leave me issues at demold time. And we have more mica powder coming up, so I am going to give this a squirt. See if that eliminates the problem. Because alcohol does help break up mica powder. I'm just going to try to mix that in a little bit before I move on to the next one. Oops, I scratched the bottom there a little bit. Well, I'm going to let that do its thing and move on to the next one. So I'm going to choose this one. And I think I'm going to try spraying this first, just to see what will happen. To see if we don't get any mica powder floating. And I'm just going to pour it slow. Because maybe the alcohol will help hold the mica powder to the tray. Now I got a little bit of resin in there. So I am going to just tip it a little bit, just to get some resin around. Which this actually could be dislodging that. Whoa! Try not to do that. Try not to do that. Whoa! I got it on the other one. But I'll worry about that later. And I will just make sure these two are well domed. And I'll mix up some more for those other two off camera. And I will be back at the time it is to demold these. So we can see what happened. Now this one needs a little bit more. And again, I have some mica powder floating. And I don't want to spray too much alcohol to try to break up the mica powder. So I think I'm going to try to use a cotton bud or cotton swab and try to get that out. Because I don't want to have bubbles on my back. Oh, I missed. There we go. Oh, see, there's more coming up. Yeah, I definitely did not get enough of the mica powder out before I dumped the resin. So this one isn't too bad. Those are just bumps, just bubbles. Now these are bubbles, so I'm going to spray this. And then bubbles just turned into mica powder. Whoa! Just knocked over my alcohol bottle. Now see how that dispersed? I guess it depends on the size of the mica powder. But I can't spray too much because I'll overflow my mold. And that I don't want to do. So I will babysit these for a little while and see what's going on. And I have a fly, and I hope he doesn't land in here. That looks like that's a big clump. Yeah, it is. So let's try to get it out of there. And I got it. And I got the next one. So again, I will just try to get this under control. I will mix up some more resin to fill those. I'm not going to even try to dump this in there and then mix another one. So I'll find something to do with that, and I'll be back when these are ready.
Every color that I pour tells a story I adore. This is joy, this is my art. Happy place lives in my heart.
Everything is cured. I did end up with a few bumps on the backs. That is from the mica powder, and I didn't catch it in time. But let's see how they came out. Now let me just get these out of the mold before I turn them over for their debut. I love these because these are going to come out textured just like the mold. So it's exactly like a tree trunk. A tree slice. I haven't quite mastered on what to get these as far as what they are. And I'm going to show you something that is, I think, just amazing about these coasters. Now, let me grab something white. Let me just grab a paper towel. Oop. I want you to see the edge. This has a slice, and it even has the cuts like you would on a tree bark. Alrighty, are we ready? Oh, wow. Just like I thought. Oh, I do have a slight bubble right there on that one. But that's just part of the uniqueness. Now, I do have my white light above my head. There's another good one. Oh, my goodness. Covered with one of my absorbent pads. It's tinted green. Oh, another one. Aren't these just stunning? And they came out amazing again. Now the last set that I made, I used darker colors, but these still came out just great. But like I was saying, I have my white light. It's very bright, and I decided to cover it with a green pad. It's one of those absorbent pads I use for my tables. But it's tinted everything a slight green. So you'll see these better in the pictures. And they have the cracks in them, and it's just like a tree. I absolutely love this set. That's why I decided to make this set for you. So please stay for pictures so that you can actually see this set a lot better. And these will go right into the eBay store. These are fairly thick. And they're not your typical size coasters. Let me grab my roll of paper towel. That's not a good example. Now, these are, well, 4 3/4. Whoop. From side to side. Let me show you close up. So this is what the measurement is. Let me get back here. So that you can have an idea of exactly what the diameter is of these coasters. Because these are stunning. I love making these. So if anybody would actually like a set of their own with certain colors, please give me a shout out down in the comments, and I'd gladly make you a set. Now, keep in mind, I did pour these with black, and I can pour them with white, brown. I actually I'll save that for another video, but look forward to it. Thanks for joining. See you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. Please come back soon. Don't be a stranger now. Hit that subscribe and ring the bell somehow. Give me a thumbs up if you liked what you saw. Motto tag is here to break the law of boring content. We bring the heat, moving to the rhythm of the street. Same crafty channel, same crafty time. Ready for the next big climb. Stay connected, stay in touch, because we love it very much. Come back soon, don't fade away. We have so much more to say. Ring the bell and join the crew. Everything we do is new. Crafty vibes are in the air. Show us that you really care. Scrolling down to find the gold. The story's waiting to be told. Click the button, make it stick. Time is moving way too quick, but we will wait right here for you. It's something fresh and something new. Same crafty channel, same crafty time. Ready for the next big climb. Stay connected, stay in touch, because we love it very much. Come back soon, don't fade away. We have so much more to say. Ring the bell and join the crew. Everything we do is new. Crafty vibes are in the air. Show us that you really care. Don't be a stranger now. Take a bow. We are waiting. next rhyme.